Today is Thursday, August 1st. The trade deadline has come and passed. Between the Bases starts right now. We're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Between the Bases podcast. My name is Noak. Alongside me is Mo. We're back from our month away in camp. Met some great guests, Matan, Kaplowitz, and Logan Blood that they'll be on soon. Mo, how you doing?
Very excited to be back on the podcast. I've missed it in camp. I'm excited to grade these trade deadline deals. Not the most exciting deadline of what we've seen in years past, but still some solid deals nonetheless. I'm just really excited to be back here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. One question I'll ask you before we start with some deals. Well, we are only going to be doing the major ones, so like not any minor ones like Tyler J to the Brewers. But I have a question for you. Since the MLB put the third wild card in, the trade deadline has been less boring, has been more boring and boring. Sorry about that. What are your thoughts on them adding the third wild card? They should they take it away because it's making the trade deadline more boring?
There's pluses and minuses. The third wild card has allowed for there to be like a wild card series in a way, which obviously is good for baseball because the one game wild card was way too, like who's having a good day that day because baseball is just so luck oriented. I think it helps in that way, but the trade deadline, yes, it's much more boring now. But again, it's what MLB wants. They don't want it to be where there's a ton of teams tanking and selling away other pieces to these big market teams. They want there to be a lot more competitive teams. You see that this year. This was a seller's market this year. Like everybody was buying. And because of that, there weren't that many deals that went down because everybody's in a position to, make the playoffs. And what we've seen in years past is the worst team in the playoffs is making runs at the World Series. So, yes, as fans, it's annoying because we're Yankee fans. We know we're making the playoffs almost every year. Last year was an anomaly. But for other fans, like this third wildcard spot's amazing for them because now they have chances to make the wild card every year and the teams just aren't selling at the deadline. So honestly, it matters at how you're looking at it really. For Yankee fans, yes, it's annoying. For other fans, no, I think it's good for the sport.
All right, so let's get into some trades here, and I'll ask you a question. Let's start off. You want to start positive or negative here?
Positive.
All right. So what do you think? Which team do you think fleeced another team for a big name prospect or big name free agent or signing?
There weren't really big names that got traded. I think the Marlins did a great job in getting prospects, especially in the Tanner Scott deal. They got a ton from the Padres. I think the Yankees and the Jazz Chisholm deal, they didn't give up a crazy amount. Yes, Agustín Ramirez is good, but they didn't give up a crazy amount. But again, there weren't that many big names that got traded. There wasn't one top 100 prospect that got traded in the whole trade deadline. Like, that's crazy to me. And a guy who had a 730 OPS coming into the trade deadline was the biggest bat that got traded in Jazz Chisholm. Like, really not that many big names that got traded, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's only one clear answer here, and that's Jack Flaherty of the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers fleeced them. Obviously, you saw Kikuchi go, and his deal was big. You saw Trevor Rogers, who has a 4-something ERA, and his ERA was inflated, and they got Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers. But I think it is the Jack Flaherty deal because they fleeced him. Like, obviously, it comes out later that the Yankees were scared to jump the gun because he had injury concerns, which is good for the Yankees. But the Dodgers aren't. Obviously, they knew that they knew. Sorry, they knew that it wasn't going to take much because I think the Tigers waited the last minute and they got scared, so they just made the trade. So I think it's Jack Flaherty deal.
I disagree with you on that entirely. Because Jack Flaherty, what was the last time he pitched a full season? Do you have that on you? Was it?
I can look it up right now.
Maybe, like, he doesn't pitch full seasons. He has the back issues. Him going for a ton of prospects it's unimaginable because he's a free agent after this year. He has a crazy injury history. Yes, he's having like maybe the best year of his career, but it's just the injury history is so scary with him. And also the Yankees, you mentioned that they got scared off by the back issues. Cashman said he would have made the trade. It's just the Tigers didn't like the Yankees prospects. They like what the Dodgers had over the Yankees, which sucks as Yankee fans, but it's what happened.
So, what are you considering a full season? Because innings pitched wise, is there something in innings pitched you'd look to go over?
For Jack Flaherty, like that, I consider a full
Yeah,
season.
because
I'd say 150 innings is what you say. Like when you see from a starter, is like okay, that's a healthy season.
so I'm
Has he
pulling it
ever
up
pitched
right now.
150 innings? I'm not sure he has. Maybe
You think he's pitched?
2019.
What do you think?
I think once. I think he's done it
I'll
once in his
tell you how
career.
much. Last year he pitched 253 innings.
There's no shot he pitched 253 innings last year.
He pitched 144.
144.
Oh
Okay.
wait, I'm reading this wrong. It was 144 innings. I combined the. I thought that 144 was the St. Louis and Baltimore. He pitched 144 innings last year. The most he's pitched in his career is 196 in 2019.
2019. What a call. um,
But
no,
he got close.
exactly.
He got close to 150 last year. I think.
Okay. He didn't get it. Yeah, look, I'll have it right now. He 20, 21, 78, 22, 36. Last year he had 144, which is solid, fair. But it's just the inconsistency and the back issues are a real thing with him.
All right. Which team do you think overpaid the most?
Which team overpaid the most? I think it's the Orioles for Yusei Kikuchi.
I mean, the Astros got Yusei Kikuchi, not the Orioles.
The Orioles. What am I saying? Sorry, I don't know why I just said that. The Astros for Yusei Kikuchi. The prospects, the Astros gave out for Yusei Kikuchi. He's just wild. He's not that good.
I think it's the Trevor Rogers deal. Obviously, like I mentioned it before, he's got a 4 something. I'm pulling it up right now. He's got a 4.43. No, it's WHIP. Where's the ERA at? ERA. He's got a 4.53 ERA, and they gave up 2 of their top prospects. Obviously, yes, everyone's pressuring the Orioles. Go out there and trade some prospects. You don't go get it on the guy that's a 4.53 ERA. Come on, the guy wouldn't even crack the Yankees starting 5, and that's impressive to crack the Yankees starting 5.
I think the Orioles, it's not because of the pressure that they made this deal. It's because they're so injured at the starting position. I think, was it 3 or 4 of their 5 starting pitchers going to this year are injured? Like they needed another starter. Yes, it's a guy who hasn't been a great starter since 2021, but he's better than what Cade Povich, whoever they've been using. I don't think it's because of pressure. It's out of desperation of they have nobody.
I mean, he's gone out there and he's proved it once in his career that he's had a good year. In 2021, he was an all-star. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting, and he had a 2.64 ERA in 133 innings. After that, 5.47 ERA in 2022, 2023, 4 ERA, and then 2024, 4.53 ERA. So what has this guy proven? That he's pitched one good year? Like, come on. And they're giving up Connor Norby and Kyle Stowers for this guy? Come on.
They need a guy that's going to eat innings. They need another starter. He's better than Cade Povich. That's what the Orioles need. They weren't looking for, a crazy guy. They needed somebody who could fill innings for this rotation and not have the bullpen get totally, depleted for October.
I have a question. Do you think he starts the playoff game this year?
No, I don't think so.
You're giving up the prospects for that. You're giving up prospects to trade for
every team knows the Orioles are desperate for a starting pitcher. They're going to try to. Every team has a ton of leverage. The Orioles are so injured. 3 of their 5 starting pitchers going to are hurt.
All right, let's move on to our New York Yankees, the sweet New York Yankees, who are back the same day that we're back. Congratulations, New York Yankees, 5-game winning streak, and that's all because of one guy. His name is Jazz Chisholm, and I guess you can also throw in another guy they made a trade for, Mark Leiter Jr.
Yeah, the Jazz Chisholm deal in the first 4 games has just it's looked great, but obviously it's 4 games. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But I'm gonna give that trade an A just because of the way going into before these 4 games or whatever, I probably would have given it around a B. But he's just been amazing. The energy's amazing. The performance has been amazing. Just totally flip the mood of the team the way Soto did at the beginning of this year from last year. He's just looked great. The Mark Leiter deal too. Great addition. Very, very underrated reliever. He's gotten hurt by luck so far this year, but his stats will even out. He has great stuff, great strikeout guy, which is huge for the Yankees in extra innings because, as we've talked about many times on the pod, the Yankees lose a lot of extra inning games because all their relievers are ground ball guys. And in extra innings, you give up whatever 3 ground balls, one of those runs is going to score because there's a guy starting at second base, right? You need a strikeout guy for extra innings. We saw that a few nights ago when the Yankees went to Mark Leiter in the 10th inning, and he was able to keep it a scoreless inning, which is very hard to do in extra innings. Just a great addition for the Yankees.
Yeah, you mentioned the extra inning games. They won the extra inning game. I think it was Tuesday night, and they won the game because Mark Leiter Jr. came in and pitched amazing. He's a great fit for the Yankees. Jed Chisholm, again, a great fit for the Yankees. Lefty. He's got some aura. Yankees don't take away aura. Don't let Red Sox fans tell you that. He doesn't take away aura. But people who are going to complain, and I'm not a Brian Cashman defender. I hate Brian Cashman as much as any Yankee fan does. But I got to put something out there because Yankee fans, some Yankee fans are genuinely stupid. All right. I'm not saying that we're stupid. I think, most Yankee fans, and they're my people, obviously. Most Yankee fans, I'd say 95% of Yankee fans are fake Yankee fans. They're Yankee fans because they're the best team in all sports. And I don't like that. There's 5% of Yankee fans that are loyal. And 5%, that seems like a little much, but that's just New York. 5% is a lot of people. They still, I think, have the most fans, but come on, 95% of Yankee fans are fake. And they're all complaining, oh, Brian Cashman didn't make any moves at the deadline. Oh, this is a horrible deadline. Come on. Come on. What did you expect him to get? He got the best bat available. And Tanner Scott, he wasn't given the prospects for Tanner Scott. I don't think the Yankees had the prospects to get Tanner Scott. I don't think they had the prospects to get Jason Adam. He did amazing with the Mark Leiter find. You got to pray that Matt Blake works with Enyel De Los Santos. And come on, let's give Brian Cashman a break. Let's stop the hating. This world is full of haters, and that's the problem with this world.
I agree with you. I agree with you on the overreaction of the lack of moves. I think the Yankees did just fine at this deadline. But the 95% of Yankee fans being fake is a wild take. I think it's much more than that. But
more? You think it's more than 95% of Yankee fans?
No, I think more than 5% of Yankee fans are real.
Oh yeah, I was over.
Yankees aren't the best team.
It's probably around
for a while.
It's probably around 35% of Yankee fans are fake fans. All right, I think I over exaggerate a little. I mentioned Tanner Scott. What are your thoughts on Tanner Scott going to the Padres? And Jason.
Padres lost Josh Hader this year. They needed a closer. He's gonna give the Padres that. Did they give up way too much for him? Yes, they did. He's a free agent after this year. I don't know if the Padres were able to retain him, but you know what? It helps both teams out. The Marlins did a great job getting a ton of value out of Tanner Scott, and as we've seen many times in the past few years, AJ Pellers are willing to give up prospects, as he did once again. It's a good deal for both sides, I guess. For the Padres, I give this deal B. For the Marlins, it's an A+ for sure. I'd like to know your grades for it.
A playoff game, I don't want to be losing in the 6th inning to the Padres because they have Jason Adam, Tanner Scott, and Robert Suarez. So, this is a great move for the Padres. AJ Preller does not care about making trades. Does not care about prospects. All he does is trade the prospects. When was the last time? Okay, maybe Jackson Merrill. Before Jackson Merrill. Come on. Have they actually developed the guy? Fernando Tatis Jr. All right, fine. Stop giving me names. They don't develop these guys. Let's think. They have all shortstops. They got Manny Machado, Oriole. Xander Bogaerts, Red Sox. Cronenworth. No, he was on the Padres farm system. Who's their first baseman?
Their first baseman. Who's their first baseman?
Merrill's in center. Hyunjin, not Hyunjin. Hyunjin Kim. Hyunjin. What? Whatever. Kim. He's in shortstop. I don't know why I'm blinking on the podcast.
Ha-Seong Kim.
Cronenworth's the first baseman because Ha-Seong Kim's at shortstop. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Yeah, Cronenworth's at first.
Yeah. Left field is Jurickson Profar, but you can make the argument that was the Padres who, developed him because he wasn't good before the Padres, and this year he's having an unreal year for the Padres.
All right, so my point is they don't develop these prospects; they trade the prospects.
Every year they randomly just have one of the best farm systems in baseball and are able to trade
because they make trades. They traded Juan Soto. Come on. All right, I think the last trade we're gonna get to on the day. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays. They traded Randy Arozarena to the Seattle Mariners. Your thoughts?
It's a tough one to grade just because Randy Rosarena has had good years in the past, but this year he's just not been good. It's the simple way to put it. The Mariners need another outfielder. They got one. I don't really know what the Mariners are going to get from Randy Rosarena. The Mariners don't know what they're going to get from Randy Rosarena. So it's a C for me just because of the uncertainty in the trade. Yeah.
I mean, Randy Arozarena looks so good in the Mariners colors. I could picture him wearing the Mariners colors. I think it's going to be a great fit for him and Julio. He's been starting to hit it up in the last couple of weeks. But I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Remember to drop a like and subscribe on the video. Do not forget, we're trying to get to 400 by the start of September. Let's do it. We're at 338 right now. Let's do it. I think that's it from me and Mo, Matan, and Logan are going to be joining soon for an episode. We'll see you guys later. Go Yankees.